so he would keep me accountable. And it was really the first time in years that someone kept me accountable. And not only did they keep me accountable, but it was great advice. Everything that we implemented, it worked. It was like the magic formula for business growth.
Now, I'm not asking for any of your personal financial numbers, but I just want to give some context. Could you maybe share, as far as a percentage, how much you've grown? Is that something you could share, like as a percentage, how much you've grown over these past 5 years?
Yes, we have probably tripled the size of the company in 5 years. And I want to say that I'll give 90% of that to Thrive Time for helping us grow. Just being able to implement the processes that I didn't really have a clue what I was doing, really. But you know, Clay, you and Andrew have done a great job coaching us up and helping us be successful.
All right, Thrive Nation. So many people like you, so many great listeners like you. You listen to the show, and you're probably thinking, I wonder if I could actually become a success story. I wonder if I could do it. We try to feature real clients on these shows. You've heard over the years people like Steve Currington of stevecurrington.com. You've heard people like Aaron Antis of shawhomes.com. You've heard about barbiecookies.com. You've heard about oxyfresh.com. And the reason why I try to bring up testimonials from real clients is I want you to know that it is 100% possible to achieve massive success if you're willing to implement and follow the proven plan. And so today's guest is a great longtime client. He really is a diligent doer. He's the kind of person that is not afraid to put in the work, and he's not a hologram. He's here, and we're going to prove that he's a real person in just a minute. So without any further ado, Kevin, welcome on to the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
Hey, Clay, I'm glad to be here. Glad to be a part of the Thrive Time Nation.
Well, I'm going to ask you 10 questions, rapid fire. You haven't seen the questions, and that way people can prove you're real and that they too can achieve success. So, Kevin, what's your first and last name?
Kevin Thomas.
All right. So, Kevin Thomas, what's the website people can go to prove you have a real company?
multicleanok.com.
multicleanok.com. I'm going to pull it up here. That's multicleanok.com. 3, what kind of services and products do you guys provide at multicleanok.com?
MultiClean provides commercial janitorial services for the Tulsa and Oklahoma City markets. We only clean commercial buildings such as office building, churches, schools, things of that nature.
Question number 4. How did you first hear about us? How did you first come in contact with the Thrive Time Show and myself and Andrew and our whole team here?
Well, I originally saw an ad on Facebook, and I replied because our business was kind of stuck. And so I replied, and I thought, well, I have nothing to lose. Let's give this Thrive Time place a try and see what happens.
Question number 5. How would you describe the weekly coaching? Because, there are coaching programs that I've been a part of, many, many years ago that I actually hired when I was 20 years old, 21 years old, en route to building my first big success company called djconnection.com. And I didn't know any different when I was building the company. I reached out to the companies and they said, it's $4,000 a month. You have to prepay, for a year. It's a 1-year contract. And we would have these meetings, and during these meetings, they would tell me concepts and ideas. They would say things like, well, Clay, you need to work on your business and not in your business. Or your video needs to be better. Or your website needs to have a better conversion rate. Or these statements that were true, but they were kind of broad. And then I would say, well, can you help me with my website? And they would say, no. And I would say, can you help me with my print piece? They would say, no. Could you help with my scripts? No. Could you help me with looking at my accounting? No. Could you help me learn how to hire people? No. So they would meet with me for about $4,000 a month, tell me problems that I had, and then I would have to go out and hire other vendors to then solve the problem. Could you maybe explain what it's like from your experience having worked with us there, over these past few years?
Absolutely. We've been a Thrive Time customer, I think 4 to 5 years now. And from day one, it's been a fantastic experience. Your team has helped us grow to numbers that are, I can't believe we're this big where we are. But right now, my coach is Andrew, and he does a great job. And I think what I really like about the coaching process is Andrew does a great job of keeping me accountable. He gives me a list of things to do. And then I know each week when I come to the weekly meeting that he's going to ask me, hey, did you get some more SEO? Did you write some content? Are you How are you doing on your group interviews? And so he would keep me accountable. And it was really the first time in years that someone kept me accountable. And not only did they keep me accountable, but it was great advice. Everything that we implemented, it worked. It was like the magic formula for business growth.
Now, I'm not asking for any of your personal financial numbers, but I just want to give some context. Could you maybe share, as far as a percentage, how much you've grown? Is that something you could share, like as a percentage, how much you've grown over these past 5 years?
Yes, we have probably tripled the size of the company in 5 years. And I want to say that I'll give 90% of that to Thrive Time for helping us grow. Just being able to implement the processes that I didn't really have a clue what I was doing, really. But you know, Clay, you and Andrew have done a great job coaching us up and helping us be successful.
Next question I have here for you is, Andrew and I, sometimes I love working with people like you because you're coachable and approachable. So I'll try to not brag on myself, but I want to give an example of what I think it means to be coachable. I have an accountant that I pay. That company's called CCK. That's the company, CCK. That's the accounting firm. And every month we meet with CCK, and CCK tells us things to do, and we do them. And so we don't have tax problems. It's amazing. I pay them. They tell me what to do. I do it. And so I don't have tax problems. That would be, but it's a thing where, like, if you weren't willing to put in the work, it wouldn't work. And so Andrew and I sometimes have the unenviable task of making sure we go over the tracking sheet every week. And it can be repetitive because we need to go over the same thing. So just because we go over calling leads and tracking sheets and Google reviews every week, we don't bring up a new subject every week just to be exciting. We focus on what moves the needle. And so with the tracking sheet, I'm going to pull up one of our clients who's given me permission to share here. This is his company called PMH OKC. He's a great client, great guy. And this guy's grown his business, from basically $1 million company to a $12 million company. And where he used to do maybe, 600, 700,000 a year, he has weeks now where he's doing $200,000 or $300,000 a week. So we're talking about from 600,000 a year to like 300,000 a week. And so we go over this tracking sheet every week, and we really do go over the same things every week. It's how many Google reviews did you get? How many articles did you write? How many leads came in? Where did the leads come from? Did you call the leads? Did you do the group interview? Are you having your staffing meeting? Are you recording the calls? And it's very repetitive, but it produces massive success. Could you maybe talk about that aspect of the company, the consulting, that repetitive nature of going over the things that move the needle?
Well, I believe the repetitive nature of it really has, I'll go back to the word being accountable. Some days I'll have my meeting with Andrew, or most days it's a good meeting. Some days Andrew's like, "Hey, how'd you do this week?" I'm like, "Oh, I wasn't able to do that great." And so I know each week as I'm going in, we're going to go over reviews. We're going to go over content. What have you done? What have you written for content for the page? Have you gotten any video reviews, things like that? And so it may seem repetitive, but it really has helped the company grow because we have a process, and that process is meeting with Andrew once a week, doing the same things, and then it's just been an amazing process how we've grown and to where we are.
I never want to misquote you, so I'm just repeating this to make sure I'm getting that. You're saying that the repetitive nature of the meeting has helped to grow the company, but there are certain things that are repetitive you have to go over every week.
Yes, absolutely. Just like when you have staff meetings with your own company, you have to remind your team, hey, this is our goal, this is our culture. And that's what Andrew does, is remind me, hey, stay focused. You can do this. He's very encouraging, and that's helpful. It's helpful for a business owner to have someone push them, because not really anyone in the company is going to push you.
And also, I think you said you attribute 90% of the growth to our team. Is that an accurate statement? Am I misquoting that?
Absolutely. I would 90% over the past 4 to 5 years for sure.
Now I'm going to pull this up here, and I want people to see this. This is what I call the recipe. And you say, well, how can there be a recipe for every business? Well, folks, every business that I'm involved in is very similar. There's I would argue that being a dentist is like being a disc jockey of teeth. I would argue that having a janitorial service is a lot like haircuts. I would argue that having a men's haircut chain, which I have, is a lot like training dogs, which is the dog training franchise I'm involved in. I would argue that cleaning carpets at oxyfresh.com is very similar to cutting hair at Elephant in the Room. I think these are very similar things. And so what we do is we go over these boxes. So if you come to a conference, we're going to go over these boxes. These are these very important steps that allow you to achieve financial freedom and time freedom. I always tell people, stop throwing gutter balls, implement the system. It's like bumper bowling for business. So box number 1, we have to go over the revenue goals. Why is it important for you and for Andrew and our team? Why is it important for us to know and for you to know your revenue goals?
Well, but if you don't know your revenue goals, you don't know if you're even profitable or making money or losing money or kind of the status of your company.
2, why is it important that you know the break-even numbers, like how much sales you have to do just to break even?
Well, it's just important, again, back to if you're going to grow or if you're going to make profit, and that's every owner's goal, is to make a profit. And so if you're not meeting the break even and you're losing money, then you need to change course or make a different path.
Now, I've met your incredible wife, and this isn't a backhanded compliment about her and or you. It's just a very direct statement that maybe people are uncomfortable with. I feel like you and your wife clearly know your roles. And I think you guys you've determined probably many years ago, and maybe it's an ongoing conversation, but you're clear about your boundaries of how many hours you're willing to work and how many you're not willing to work. And I think you're very clear about that. And I'm saying this isn't a negative thing, but some people think it's almost like a bad thing for an entrepreneur to be clear about how many hours they're willing to work. Because so many motivational success tapes and books tell you got to do whatever it takes, and then, but you and your wife are willing to do whatever it takes, but yet you have boundaries on the hours you're willing to work. Could you maybe talk about that, why that's important for you and your wife, and just to know how many hours you're willing to work and how many hours you're not willing to work?
Absolutely. Well, for 30 years, that's how long we've had multi-clean. And my wife's strengths is she's been in banking pretty much her whole life. And so she handles the money, she handles the finances, balancing the checkbooks. And I run the operations of the company and help run the sales. And it's easy to get in over your head and forget why you're doing the business. In fact, after 30 years, I just took off 90 days because I do have an amazing team, and I was able to take off and not worry that the company was going to go under or fail or have a big hiccup. I stepped right back in just a few weeks ago, and it's as if I wasn't even there. And that's just a great feeling.
And again, you're not a hologram. You're a real person. You have a unique value proposition. Box 4, we sat down, we figured out what makes you different than your competition. And then the branding. We had to help you with the website, the print pieces, the logos, the videography. Can you talk about the branding and what it's like to have one team that helps you with your branding and your coaching?
Absolutely. I know that Andrew's helped us with our logo, and he's helped us put our logo on like our Indeed ads. He's helped with our business cards. And it's nice to be able to come to him and say, Andrew, we're making a video. I need 15 seconds of intro with my logo kind of sparkling, make it look sharp. He's like, no problem. They put it together. And now whenever we do videos of Employee of the Month or whatever the video might be, it's there and it looks sharp, and I didn't have to worry about it. And I just know that Andrew's always going to take care of the technical aspects of the website and computer part.
Now, we have this thing called the three-legged marketing stool where we identify the 3 best ways to acquire customers. And I don't want to give away your secret sauce, but the idea is if you have a business out there today, you have to come up with 3 ways to reach your ideal and likely buyers. So I'll pick on a different client here for a second. So I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to go to oxyfresh.com. If anybody out there with a sound mind, if you go on to Google and you type in carpet cleaning quotes and you have a sound mind, you're going to discover, if your mind is not sound, I understand that it could be difficult, but if you have a sound mind and you type in carpet cleaning quotes, you're going to see that OxyFresh has more reviews than any company in the world. We have 254,000 reviews as of right now, 254,000 reviews. And so that, along with writing content, makes OxyFresh top or amongst the top in the search engine results. The second thing we do at OxyFresh is we run ads to our ideal and likely buyers via social media, Facebook, places where soccer moms are. So we run ads online to places where soccer moms are likely to find us. Why? Because the soccer moms are the ones who buy carpet cleaning services from OxyFresh. And the third is that we auto wrap these vehicles and make sure they look sharp. So when you're in your neighborhood and you see an OxyFresh vehicle driving around town, it inspires confidence that we are an actual brand that actually knows what we're talking about, because we have our vehicles auto wrapped and they look very nice. And so that's how we do it. So again, if you're out there today and you say, well, how does OxyFresh, market its business? One, we dominate the search engine results. Two, we run ads to our ideal and likely buyers. And three, we go out there and we are very, very consistent about auto wrapping the vehicles. And that's what we do. And we don't come up with a new marketing strategy every 5 minutes just to validate our existence and to keep ourselves busy. In fact, we focus on implementing those three things over and over and over. Could you talk about the value of having, 3 to 4 different marketing moves that work and just focusing on those as opposed to doing like the idea of the month?
Absolutely. Well, before we met Thrive Time, we didn't really know. We kind of advertised in the yellow pages, if you remember those.
Oh, yeah.
And then we did some Google ads. But I believe where we get most of our bang for the buck is we are the highest and most reviewed janitorial service in the state of Oklahoma. And so whenever we ask someone, how'd you hear about us? Oh, you have the most reviews. You must be good.
Mm.
And correct. And then we do have a really solid website so they can go and see that it's not a cheaply made website, that Thrive Time did a great job developing and building the website. And then also, as we have a very good sales team, we have an outside salesperson as well as an inside sales girl, and they rock it. I mean, she is just calling people all the time, setting appointments, and the sales guy's doing outside sales calls, cold calls, and between those three legs of the stool, we stay very busy.
Now, next question I want to ask you, we move into human resources. A lot of times people will come to me and they'll say, Clay, I heard that you helped my buddy grow his business by helping him find good people. You helped my friend find employees. And I go, well, yeah. And they go, but I don't need that. I need help marketing, or vice versa. People will come to me and go, I heard that you're a great marketing company. I don't need help with that. I need help hiring people. Or other people, Kevin, will come to me and say, I hear that you have a great sales training system. I need you to do that, but not do I don't need help with staffing. And everybody hears about, a lot of people now, it seems like a lot of people are reaching out to me because they've heard about the accounting help that I provide for people, helping them with their numbers. And so I would argue all of these boxes are equally important, and you have to master all aspects of your company to make it grow. But I want to focus on the hiring process. How has Andrew and our team been able to help you revolutionize the way you hire people, that you hire, you train, retain, to find good people that actually will do the job?
Well, what Andrew's done is he's helped us simplify our Indeed ads. That's where we put most of our ads, is on Indeed. And he's taught us to put videos and links to videos so that when an employee or potential employee goes to look at our ad, they can read video reviews, so they have a positive outlook on us before they even come in, as well as the group interview has worked well. And, we can bring in several people at one time. But I think where Andrew's helped us most is we'll look and review our Indeed ads, and he'll say, no, that's not going to work. Let's try this, or let's put some videos in there, make the wording a little bit shorter. And it's been very successful.
So I'm very transparent about it. We charge $1,700 a month, 1,700 per month. I'm very transparent. People can go to thrivetimeshow.com and schedule a free consultation. I'm very clear. We only take on 160 clients. So I don't want to waste anybody's time scheduling a consultation with us if they're not a good fit. But we try to do is we feature our success stories on the website. So our average client is with us for 6 years or longer. We have thousands of success stories up there. What would you say to anybody out there that's thinking about attending a workshop or scheduling a 13-point assessment? What would you say to anybody, looking at this and thinking about maybe actually scheduling that consultation?
I would say it may be one of the best business decisions you ever make. The conference, the information that's in the Thrive Time conferences is enough for you to chew on for several months to help you grow. And I think it's great. I think if you're a business owner and you feel like you're stuck, Thrive Time is exactly the company that's going to get you unstuck, and not only get you unstuck, but help you grow beyond what you thought you could be.
From an ROI, from a return on investment perspective, you spent $1,700 a month. What kind of return on investment have you seen for the $1,700 you pay every month? Are you seeing like a, $1 comes back for every $1 you spend? What kind of return have you seen?
I don't know that exact number, but I know that when times are tough, even though we're growing, the first thing out of my wife's mouth is, whatever you do, we're not ever going to get rid of Thrive Time. Because when you come back from the meeting with Andrew, you're pumped up, you're excited about your business. And so all I can say is the $1,700 a month is, we've grown, our business has grown triple in that amount of time. And so the ROI has been fantastic.
Well, brother, thank you for carving out time for us. Again, that's multicleanok.com. That's Kevin Thomas. He's a real American. If you're in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area and you want to have your home, your business, primarily your business, you want to have that cleaned, you can do it. Now, if you have a massive home, I mean, if you got a 6,000 square foot, 10,000 square foot home that needs industrial level cleaning, you might also call multicleanok.com. But Kevin Thomas, thank you so much, sir. And we'll talk to you next week. We'll see you in the office, I guess.
Yes. Thank you, Clay. I appreciate you.
Take care, brother. Bye-bye.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and our ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like you said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. really no new growth with our business, and we were in a rut, and we didn't know.
Oh, sorry. The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. You know, they implemented those systems. That they taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you are looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like him most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood.
This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet. You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy with Tip Top Canine, and I'm the founder.
I'm Rachel Wimpy, and I am a co-founder.
So we've been running Tip Top for about the last 14 years, franchising for the last 3-4 years. So someone that'd be a good fit for Tip Top loves dogs, they're high energy, they want to be able to own their own job, but they don't want to worry about, that high failure rate. They want to do that like bowling with bumper lanes.
So you give us a call, reach out to us, and we'll call you, and then we'll send you an FDD, look over that, read it, fall asleep to it, it's very boring, and then we'll book a discovery day, and you come and you can spend a day or two with us to make sure that you actually like it, make sure training dogs is something that you want to do.
So an FDD is a franchise disclosure document. It's a federally regulated document that goes into all the nitty-gritty details of what the franchise agreement entails.
So who would be a good fit to buy a Tip Top Canine would be somebody who loves dogs, who wants to work with dogs all day as their profession. You'll make a lot of money, you'll have a lot of fun, it's very rewarding. And who would not be a good fit is a cat person.
So the upfront cost for Tip Top is $43,000. And a lot of people say they're generating doctor money, but on our disclosure, the numbers are anywhere from over $1 million a year in dog training, what our Oklahoma City location did last year, to 25, 35 grand a month.
To train and get trained by us for Tip Top Canine, to run your own Tip Top Canine, you would be with us for 6 weeks here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So we've been married for 7 years.
8 years.
8 years. So if you're watching this video, you're like, hey, maybe I want to be a dog trainer. Hey, that would sound super amazing. Go to our website, tiptopcanine.com, click on the yellow franchising tab, fill out the form, and Rachel and I will give you a call. Our Oklahoma City location last year, they did over $1 million. He's been running that shop for 3 years. Before, he was a youth pastor with 0 sales experience, 0 dog training experience before he ever met with us.
So just call us, come spend a day with us, spend a couple days with us, make sure you like training dogs, and own your own business.
Well, the biggest reason to buy a Tip Top Canine is so you own your own job and you own your own future, and you don't hate your life. You get an enjoyable job that brings a lot of income, but is really rewarding.
My name is Seth Flint, and I had originally heard about Tip Top Canine through my old pastors who I worked for. They trained their Great Pyrenees with Ryan and Tip Top Canine. They did a phenomenal job and became really good friends with Ryan and Rachel. I was working at a local church, and it was a great experience. I ended up leaving there and working with Ryan and Tip Top Canine. The biggest thing that I really enjoy about being self-employed is that I can create my own schedule. I have the ability to spend more time with my family, my wife, and my daughter. So my very favorite thing about training dogs with Tip Top Canine is that I get to work with the people. Obviously, I love working with dogs, but it's just so rewarding to be able to train a dog that had serious issues, whether it's behavioral or whatever, and seeing a transformation, taking that dog home, and mom and dad are literally in tears because of how happy they are with the training. If somebody is interested, I'd say don't hesitate. Make sure you like dogs. Make sure that you enjoy working with people, because we're not just dog trainers. We are customer service people that help dogs, and so definitely don't hesitate. Just come in and ask questions. Ask all the questions you have.